but Friends, they took the laugh track off of Friends, and it like changes the vibe completely of the show. And what's the main dude? Not Chandler. It's the dude who's got like the longer face, Ross.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like I don't even know. See, I don't know what the context for this is.
Okay.
But
we don't even really need these.
Dude.
Come order.
We're here all night.
This is not gonna be the worst video ever. We're not even getting any food.
I love it. Dude, have you...
Say it.
Dude, I was just saying, it's like, I want to film my whole life, or even like, put it all on a flash drive for like my kids or something. But then it's like, nobody would even be able to watch that at that point. It'd be like your whole life. It would take an entire lifetime,
like a lifetime to watch
life. Yeah, so it's like, but imagine if you got it where it's like the family tradition where like nobody after us, like nobody has their own thing. It's just like you watch our life over and over again. Yeah. And you're like, no, you were born into this family, like you have to do.
Yeah. No. Well, we were just talking about this, but you were saying you want kids in a few years.
No, you said that. You said you were 26 years old. I'm gonna have a kid, dude.
Okay.
I was thinking like 35, but you got me thinking now because, I mean, you're right. Like our parents were 26, and like they can like still like hike with us and like go on like walks, and I feel like I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And you never know what's gonna happen.
No, you never do.
So, that being said, though, you could use that as an argument for either one.
Of when to have kids.
Or just like to have kids early or not. You could be like, oh, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think there should be like a cap on how many kids you're allowed to have? For like overpopulation.
You just reminded me of something though.
What?
Oh yeah. Let's say there's zombie apocalypse happened and you had a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Stranding them. I am not taking them with me.
Because it's honestly like...
That's not a good life for them to be part of.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Makes me wonder too, because that shit was brutal. I only saw the first like 20 minutes, but The Last of Us.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, if that happened and I had like...
I'm out of here.
Bro.
Yeah. Do you think these people like need to
traumatized.
sign waivers?
I'm just gonna go.
Oh, nice. A nice little
little
touch.
just
there.
really like, we're not...
I could do the wave thing, but...
Congratulations on the second story. Have a good night.
Yeah, and life doesn't like... I always thought that my life, everyone else's lives would pause when I was away from, Ithaca, and now I go home and my sister's like a year older, or, my cat dies, or like weird things happen, and you're like, oh no, life is continuing on without me there, and that's a weird feeling, but
Yeah.
Different. How you doing?
Barbecue pork?
Barbecue pork.
Barbecue pork. Yes. Okay. And then the Chinese sausage.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And then I think he's gonna get some stuff too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no prolific thoughts. I feel like I'm realizing in doing this that I don't actually say that much. So
I wonder though, when any other people do videos like this, like it's probably trimmed down so much. It's probably just hours. I just think you're like, there's moments, there's 2 Rowans.
Oh yeah?
I think, yeah.
Break it down.
Well,
let
there's
the
multiple.
people in.
It's top secret. This is the insider, what's it called in TMZ when they're like a close source revealed.
Yeah, close source reveals.
I think there's like last night, it's like, there's like a, like almost like, I see like
It's nice. Now we're about to eat on camera. This is like...
I know, but are you doing... You've never done this before. He's never done this before.
What do you mean I've never done this before? You mean I've
separate
never put it on a
plate?
plate? Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm going to put the lime on it.
This is the trim, though. This is the trim.
It's good?
So, like, I wonder if the mic is, like, picking up the chewing.
I'm nervous. No, yeah, that's a good thought.
So,
I was thinking in the shower, and I was like, I'm gonna take 4 bites of food tonight.
No.
It was deep COVID, and we got takeout, and I wasn't even aware that this place was the place that we ate at.
We did got takeout.
I know,
it's
and
a marathon site.
It was crazy, dude. That was a crazy location, dude. With the donut by the Wind Shells donut, that was crazy.
In the Bank of America parking lot.
Dude, our view was, I mean, it was the Bank of America parking lot.
Literally, it was a parking lot. But I kind of owe that parking lot,
Your
some
first
viral TikTok,
Dude,
I would like set up my phone in a window and then like run down the stairs, and because you could only film for like however long with the audio. Now that I'm saying that, I'm like, that's actually not what I did. I just filmed it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I want to forage. I want to. I want to hunt and gather more, you know? You can't do that out here.
I want to hunt and gather more.
I ate this. Oh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Dude, this was literally Anthony Bourdain's job. He just went around
just to try food.
And he still was
sad.
Sad. Yes. Yeah. That's getting cut.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That's getting...
Dude, no, it's crazy.
I was texting Mikey. I was joking about it.
Yeah.
But we really hustled our way into this. This food is paid for. A full-time person is here with us.
Yeah.
And we are talking about nothing. You
nothing,
know what I mean?
bro. Nothing, dude. And I think that's the job,
yeah.
bro. Because there's stuff that I think even this is more entertaining than half of this stuff that I see.
But how did we get to the, we actually,
Wow.
This is a very good example of,
pour out. I was just bored. So I'd have my water bottle and I'd pour it into the cup before, it'd be before, and I'd just take shots of it. Yeah. And then one time I spilled it all over your homework.
It was the first time you sat down. Yeah.
That's hilarious. What went through your head? Did you know that it was gonna end here? Did you know
I hope it doesn't end here, but.
I mean, yeah, but end up here.
No, I didn't know.
Dude, every morning I wake up and I check TikTok, 500 views. I always think tonight's gonna be the night.
Yeah.
But
you have no, they're not random. They're very special. But you have people out there who comment on everything you do, every little piece of information.
It's
and you've
really
never met
wild.
them.
I know. It's it's so beautiful to think about too. It's just it's so.
And what a gift that some people we've never even met care so much about us. You know what I mean? It's
completely.
I just don't. I don't know. I know you. Maybe Kate for you, or I have this.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Kate and shout out Brighton. I'm so excited. I'm gonna meet her on tour in Denver for the first time, and her whole family. And
her mom DMs you, right? You keep talking about.
Yeah, her mom. Me, I message her mom.
Sweet.
I message. Obviously her, but it's amazing because every song I create, I send to her. She has pretty much all the music, and it just makes me. It's funny that we create music and then the people we share it with first are the label and the lawyers and all of these people.
It should be those people.
It should be
completely.
It should be the
You're
listeners.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just I'm so glad to have a few of those people who just have shown up for me for a long time, and I know will continue to show up for me for the next few years of my life, and hopefully longer. But yeah, I don't know. So
it's crazy because those are the people too that I think when you know somebody, because we're gonna change and we're gonna evolve so much in the next few years, and they're gonna evolve and change with us. But it's it is really beautiful. I think about me watching my favorite artists and watching people online, that I'm kind of distantly kind of watching and just seeing how they grow and evolve is so. It's inspiring to see, and it's also just I just had this thought too though. Oh my God. That's true.
Most of the people you spend time with
it's contingent on.
Yeah, you in some capacity are
completely.
Making them money. And it's a weird feeling to be how quickly would those people fall away if you just said, oh, I'm not making music anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think about it all the time. I'm some of my best friends out here, at the end of the day, how long or how much time would they be able to give me if it wasn't because at the end of the day they get paid? And
I love you and Johnny's relationship though in the same way where I feel Johnny truly and you talk about this all the time where you've allowed it. I feel obviously it's great to be just respectful at the end of the day and have a friendly, mostly friendly kind of relationship with somebody. But the way that you said it the other day where music is a serious thing. You should get heated about it. If you know how the two of you have there's tense moments where you're
fight all the time.
Dude, and it's so I think also there's a difference between you working on your artist project and sometimes when I'm in a session it's most of the time it's writing, producing.
Yeah, you got to choose your battles in that scenario.
Yeah, and I can't really be I can't get too heated about a song that's not even going to end up on a project that's I'm putting out. And I just love, like, I feel like that is a sign of a friendship that's beyond just...
No, because no relationship of any merit is free of conflict. It's like,
the
second you care about
it gets stronger,
someone,
too, I think, with the right conflict, and if you do it right,
And I almost love conflict. Like, I know that's going to sound a little, but you know what I mean? Like, when I wouldn't give someone I wouldn't fight with someone unless I cared about them, and you know, it can cross a line, but I've never, like, I don't know, even me and you, I feel like our fights are different, though. I feel like we might just get slightly, like, passive-aggressive and, like, maybe not communicate until... I feel like we haven't had one of those moments in a while, though.
No, it's like... And it's, like, different, too, because I feel like, if anything, like, what we fight about, it's, like... It's just been, I think... And the thing is, I mean, I hope that I'm a good roommate. I don't know. Like, am I a good roommate?
You're a great roommate. Yeah.
You saying that because we're on camera?
No, you're great. Okay. I really mean. I mean, I've lived with some psycho roommates, and you're great. Yeah.
I think it works out so well too, because like we got so lucky because we knew each other before we moved out here. Like, it's like I was already like, we were already spending all of our time together, pretty much, you know, before we moved out here. And I think it's so easy to just coexist with you in the same space because we also do the same things, and we're also both musicians, and we both like. So it's like. It's not like I have to explain to a roommate about, oh, don't touch my guitar because it's 30, whatever, this much money or whatever.
No, it's true, but I almost don't think of you, like, it's weird. I don't associate you with being my roommate, if that makes any sense.
Not at all.
Like,
I know. I feel like...
It's a scary feeling because I started to realize the other day, I just associate you with, like, my life, and so I was like, whoa, like, there might come a day where we'll be like, oh, like, we're moving, but we're not moving together, and that will be a weird, that will be a weird feeling.
I'm not thinking about that. You know, honestly, I don't think we're coming up on that yet. I feel like for that to happen...
You're the one with the girlfriend, man. You know, you gotta,
Hey, who knows how life... You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be moving out soon. Who knows?
I don't want to be.
I think personally, too, I think that house is so special that regardless of what happens between us, like, and like living together, I mean, but like, we got to keep that house. Either we split it, go down the middle on it, whatever, but I think our parents should be able to stay out there at some point, and just like we talk about this sometimes, but I haven't really had that thought, but...
I think we're a ways away.
We're a ways away. I think for that to happen, like, either somebody's got to discover and start, like, being, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Something's got to happen with either location, or if we're both just, like, so, like, if you're in New York half the time, or you're on the road half the time, you know, if it gets, like, that point where you're, like, it doesn't even make sense for me to have this place right now, then, or financially
Well,
reasons.
and honestly, I've been meaning to talk to you, so it's kind of a funny time to bring it up, but
He's moving out.
I'm not moving out, but I want to always have, like, keep the spot in my room, but I think that after next summer, or this summer, I don't know what, I was talking to Juno about it today, but I was like, I am craving just, like, fresh air in the sense of new life, and I don't know if that exists for me in Los Angeles. I think the creation of music exists for me here because of Johnny, because of even being with you and stuff, but I just miss new experiences, and I've been thinking a lot about it, and I think I'm going to take like a couple months, and I have no idea yet where I'll go, but Big Sur is an option. Maybe
would be so cool.
Asia could be cool. Like, I would love to spend more time in Japan, but I just want to meet new people not here, though.
Right.
And so, I don't know. I'm not sure what it will look like yet, but between the tour, Ithaca this summer, and then I'll come back for a little while, but I really think that, like, I don't know, next fall, I just want to be somewhere completely
This fall, 2024, or...
this fall, yeah.
Completely. I hear that.
I'm excited.
Honestly, Big Sur, like, I would visit a lot. If you went to Big Sur and you had a place in Big Sur, I would love that.
Well, it's not even a place. In Big Sur, it would be like, I met this farmer. He raises
You'd be
goats.
on a commune.
No, well, I would be sleeping out of like a tent, but it would be. It's a tent pitched on top of a hilltop overlooking the entire
ocean or some shit.
Like, there's nothing better than that, and I would help him raise the goats. I'd have guitars with me.
That's amazing.
I don't know. I just am like, what? We are telling a story, but
and what are we really saying?
And what are we really saying? And who's supposed to care about it if it has nothing of value in it? And I think we both have. I think you in particular have a very like strong source of a story right now. I just feel like mine is running a little dry because life has moved on.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and until I get some sort of like, until I can reignite that, I need to go searching for it, I think.
Did I ever tell you about what happened in Carmel?
No.
So when I went up there with my mom over New Year's, and she picked me up in the bus, and we drove, and we slept in this like, I think it was like a Safeway parking lot that night, and I was on the phone with Isabel, we were on FaceTime, and I, you know, in the bus there's like 25 square feet of like space or whatever, so I was, anytime I really wanted like a phone call, like I was like outside of the bus, and I was in the Safeway, and I'm wearing my, you know, like Livelihood, like the publishing company, I'm wearing the hoodie, and this older man, crazy look, crazy vibe. He's wearing like a poncho, but it's not raining. It was like a weird night, you know? Yeah. And he's looking at me for a little bit, and like I was getting a little like, okay, this dude's like staring at me from across the aisle, and he comes up to me and he's like, oh, what's this? You know, he's like signaling to like the writing on my hoodie, and I'm like, oh, it's Livelihood, like this company that I signed to, whatever, it's like a music thing. And he was like, oh, it's like a band? And I was like, no, it's like Universal or like Sony or something, you know what I'm saying? And I said just like, it's like a company. And he was like, talking to me about how like in that very spot, like 30, 40 years ago, he saw Jimi Hendrix for the first time live. He didn't know it was Jimi Hendrix. Him and his friends, he was like, we were so stupid back then type thing, and like got back in his car, he played the radio, and it was that Jimi Hendrix song that Jimi Hendrix just played, and he was like, and now it's a Safeway. Now he was like, now that field that I saw him is a Safeway, but he was saying, he was like, and he was like, I'm gonna say a prayer for you, and he like, in this aisle, in the Safeway, like he said this prayer for me, and he was like, I'm gonna see you on the cover of like Rolling Stone or whatever someday. But he was like, you need to do it. And he was like, the second you start doing it for yourself, like you're not gonna succeed. Like you need to do it for others. And like I thought that was like, that reminded me of what you said too, is like, I feel like so many people out in Los Angeles are doing it for monetary gain, or they're going after this whole music thing. It's like, it's like a way for them to like either like feel good about themselves or get rich or whatever. And I think something about us just coming from Ithaca, and I think the way that we've always talked about it is like, even on your phone, like I see it every time like you unlock your phone, because I'm looking over your shoulder, you're looking, you know, but it was like, it's like heal with your music. And I think that's so beautiful because it's not about you and it's not about me. It's about, you know, like you said, it's about Kate, it's about Brighton, it's about like the people that really care and the people that...
No, you're right. And it comes from us and it comes from our singular, unique experiences. But if you keep it as just that, then I don't think you're adding too much to humanity. But I don't know.
Right.
But no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
I feel like you can tell too when you look at music and you're like, that's for them. Yeah. And then you look at music and you're like, that's for the world.
But there's a difference between then letting the world control your story. I never want that. I want to be in control of my story, but I do want to, I mean, obviously help through music, and I think we're finding that, you know what I mean? And even at the smallest level, it's like, as long as somebody's listening, it's a gift to be doing it. But
dude, I still remember the first time I bought plays, and now I'm like, I got that number, and it's real.
Who are people you admire right now, like more in our peer group? Anyone?
No.
Nothing. No. Dude, it's weird though. I've never spent that much time in our house before, and
I know you've definitely like. I feel like
I was always kind of escaping it, but
what changed?
I just was like, I'm not good enough. I need to cancel everything and sit in my room. I don't know. I've just been like, the guitar is opening up to me in such a beautiful way. It's like I feel like I listened to the music my parents showed me, which is now coming full circle, where I'm like, wow, they were onto something. Like my parents' music taste from the Van Morrisons and the Mazzy Stars, and even Chris Cornell and Soundgarden. It's like,
love Chris Cornell.
I'm now like, whoa, this is my favorite music too, and I don't know, it's coming full circle, and I'm starting to dive into it in a way of now not just listening, but being like, wait, what chords are those, and like, what do they sound like when they have interviews, and watching when you watch the interviews of these people, you realize they were all such intelligent people. Like Joni Mitchell, one of the smartest. I've never seen someone talk with such a clarity. Or Neil Young. It's like he's just a visionary. It's like all these people, and I don't know. It's fun to like learn from them in a new way now. But yeah.
That's beautiful. It's so interesting too. Like you were saying how like your parents' favorite music has become your favorite music, and it's like I think that exploration. I think also it's maturity. I think realizing you wake up one day and suddenly you're like, oh wow, like at first I remember like looking at you and being like, yo, like this kid just listen to like Shawn Mendes all the time.
I mean, dude, I love
and then
Shawn
like
Mendes.
he's dope, but it's he's really but it's like I just it's so crazy.
Dude, I lived on like an alpaca farm. They were sweet creatures. They were very
really.
Like,
they seem like they're so like, but is it like almost like I feel like any of those like horses or anything like their back legs, like couldn't they just like kill you? Isn't that the whole thing? Is you could like die?
You could, I guess, if you. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an expert, but
like you can't startle them. That's the thing, or like
you probably don't want to startle them. That was a weird place, dude. I lived with some weirdos, like doomsday prepper type people.
That's the because that's the second time. That's the same thing because that's the second time in the past 2 days where you've been like, I actually grew up on like a commune in Mars for a couple of years. You're like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're gonna pull that out one day, and I'm just gonna have to like
the same place.
ride
It
with
was like an alpaca farm.
Crazy.
The owners were, I don't know, very intense religious folk, and they there was like a big family. They all had different houses. They all had a lot of kids.
Was it like Christian religious or like?
It was Christian, but it was a very small like sect of it, and.
Was it like a recognized sect, or was it their own thing? They were like making it up as they went, and like taking inspiration.
Yeah, I think they were making it up a little as they went. I think I feel like a lot of religion is just interpretation, and so they were just interpreting. They were just interpreting things in their own way. Cool. But I feel but I think they took it. I think they interpreted it wrong. But I think
you're like, how do I say this? They're wrong.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were wrong, and I don't.
Extremist,
You know, I'm not religious, but I do meet people who I believe do so much good with their faith, and I meet other people like them who I think do a lot of cause a lot of pain with their faith, and so I don't know. Yeah, I hope they see this, but. They actually have a lot of guns, though. That was scary, so maybe I don't want them to see this. You don't want them to see it,
completely. I think that's so beautiful.
An interesting kind of type of faith, like spirituality, but it wasn't until I met, like, Ella's parents where I really experienced Christianity firsthand, and they gave me such a beautiful, like, looking glass into it, which was non-judgmental. It didn't push it on me in any way, and it was just, like, open arms and an open home and love, and then
they were very. I mean,
they were.
I always affiliate Julie with like just such a maternal, loving. Like she's like, it was like Albany even for me. I mean, sorry,
no, exactly. That place though is like It is rooted in faith, but you wouldn't know it, and they wouldn't tell you that you had to believe anything to experience it and to benefit from it. But
they were exceptional people too. I feel like they're just really like everybody. I feel like every day I'm so grateful for like Monday Night Supper Club and the collection of like parents that we have together. I mean, it's like we got like parented by everybody. I feel like the same way where it's like I feel like we had a collective parenting thing going on, and like, I mean, it's so. Even like I feel like like we just talk about like even last night like in the kitchen we were just talking about parents and like it's like it's so. I think Ithaca. I want to say it's like an Ithaca thing. Who knows? Maybe it's like a more of a universal thing that I think. But I'm really grateful for the way that my dad. He definitely like he raised me on a very much like if you want to get in touch with like a higher power, like go on a walk, like go like sit and listen to the birds, like that's the higher power, like they're like it's like listen to the wind and like the
world
leaves
around you,
and it's like be present in that, and that's like where you kind of find your own, and I loved that, like that I can't imagine what the alternative would be truly, and I'm really grateful for Ithaca in general too, because it's such a gorgeous place. It's really like
the bumper sticker
like
says.
It's gorgeous. It really is like we had a waterfall across the street from our high school. I mean, really, I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, who the fuck had that?
Are you ever sad though that like the chapter of just existing there, like it's behind us now, and there's now this like vast expanse of life in front of us. Like literally, I will never, the second we left that place, we almost gave up some part of it. You know what I mean? Like there's this kind of safety you have in a home before you leave it, and then the second you leave it, it will never be what it once was. Like Ithaca will never be the same place of youth that it once was. Even if I think we try to make it, and I love it because I don't want to give it up quite yet.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
But it is kind of scary. Like I don't know. I have a lot of trouble with that fact that it's behind us now, and all I have now is to move forward. But I don't. I struggle with that.
That is interesting. I think it is very like. Yeah, I think about that a lot. I mean, I think its meaning will always be changing to us for sure. I think also like I want to die in Ithaca. Like when I know if I ever have like a feeling that it's like it's coming on, I'm going back because I would love to just like have my like ashes or something spread in the lake or something like that. But like
spread in the lake.
no,
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. Thrown off of Ithaca Falls.
Do
the
a
urn.
sky burial.
Ooh.
Where the birds come and eat you.
That's like some Midsommar. Like
yeah,
that's
it's illegal in the U.S., but it could be. We could do it. Yeah. No,
ask forgiveness.
I do want to grow old there. I agree. Like
oh yeah,
like,
growing old there, and like, I feel like even like raising my kids there.
Yeah.
It's just I think it's a great place. Like even like our parents, they're just like you run. It's like a safe place to just be like, all right, be back by dinner, and like because everybody's parents kind of knew. They had all grown up. They went to high school together, so it's like I feel like it is really interesting in that way. But I hear you. It's different now, even going back, and I feel like in the same way, like. And I know you were saying you're gonna go to like you want to go to Japan or Big Sur, but I think a lot of times like I think life is anywhere that you look for it in a lot of ways, and I feel like you are like really insular right now, but I think if you truly and I don't know this might be easier said than done because LA is such a different thing than Ithaca, but I feel like if you and I really looked for life here, we could find it. Like we don't have to be in our living room as much as I feel like.
Yeah.
But I also like I prefer to be with the goats too than be here. I feel like so I get it.
I don't want to be alone just with the goats. All I mean is that it's like I don't feel like I figured out this place because I'm not saying that. I feel that I have been now here for a few years and I've just never once felt like I belonged here, like not for a second, you know what I mean? Like maybe I wake up some mornings and I walk and get my coffee
you
and
have
the sun is shining and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, this is amazing, but it always fades within a few hours and the second like 2 o'clock rolls around, I just feel like I should be somewhere else. And
I understand that feeling. Yeah.
I want to search and see where that lies, and it's sad because I feel pretty content when I go home, but even sometimes that's the scariest feeling is when I'm home and I feel that same feeling of searching that I just escaped, that I just flew across the country to get away from, and then I land, and within 2 days it creeps back up on me, and that's when I start to realize that maybe that exists inside of people, which I don't know if that's true, but that's where my mind goes to. But like the feeling of belonging, maybe that it's people, it's not a place, but I'm not entirely sure. So
that's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like when you're like lying in bed with Isabel, it's like you probably feel more secure in that moment than any other time in your day. Maybe. I could
completely.
Be wrong.
And I was just thinking about that too, honestly too. And I'm like, yo, LA feels so much more like a home when I'm with you or when I'm with Isabel or when I'm with like a TJ or like people that like I really love spending time with than it does when you're not here or she's not here. Like I feel like this place fucking sucks, and it's like so much more about the people that you're around, I think too. Like even Ithaca, but Ithaca wasn't like that. Like I almost feel like the place was like I could be alone in Ithaca all day and I would love it. Like so it is a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, we wanted to get out of there so badly before we came here.
I feel so bad because I honestly feel like I'm like, damn, I didn't appreciate the not only like the natural beauty, but also the uniqueness of it. I feel like I kind of took it for granted, like at a young age, where I was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm going to LA because that's where I'm gonna, make my life happen. But I was like, this is like, the grass is always greener. I don't know.
No, it's true.
And it's like truly being satisfied with where you are is so hard. But I really think about, like even just having a fucking water. I think from a young age, like growing up out here, like we had to finesse. Like growing up in Ithaca, I remember we made like a spread. We have your email, probably. Like we made a spreadsheet of we were like trying to figure out if it was like first name, last name at Atlantic or like first initial, last name. And we wrote down like, I remember calling Jeff Levin or like something, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I remember like getting on the phone with somebody and they were like, called back in another, they're like, keep trying, kid, and they were like, how did you get my number? And I was like, Oh, can I send you my music? But just like, you know, even like making like the fucking reboot to Jumanji. I mean, you can't beat Jumanji with Robin Williams, bro.
No.
You're not gonna beat that.
No, just because you put The Rock in it does not.
No, and I mean like what? And like Wonka, bro. Like, you know, it's just like what,
Timothy Chalamet slander.
It's nothing about the actors. I'm just saying like we're making the same stuff over and over. Even the music. Like I talk about this all the time. I feel like we get into this. I feel so passionate about this. We're always like, oh, the 80s are back. Oh, the 90s are back. Oh, next, like, oh, let's bring back 2014. And I'm like, dude, what about 2025? Like, what is going to be the staple 2020s thing in 40 years? And I feel like we're so caught up in trying to replicate what's been successful, and I feel like, I wish that music was like, it was about the music, but I feel like in a lot of ways it's not about the music right now, and it's more about like,
I don't know what it's about, but that's why I just want to go create somewhere that nobody is telling me, no one is putting any of this stuff in my ears. Because right now we both wake up to texts from our managers.
Yeah, completely.
And quotas and deadlines and what good has ever come from that? You know what I mean? I mean, and yes, you know, maybe some very successful bodies of work, but not the music I admire. I don't know.
Yeah, and even like the music that we admire too, like, I mean, who knows? Like, they could be in the same level of like, oh, like how is this going to be perceived? Like, they could have been thinking about that too. But I think even like the introduction to social media was such a double-edged sword for creatives, because I think it's like not everything's meant to be shared in that moment, and not everything's meant to be like, it's the numerical stuff too. It's like oh, this is more. It's like, I think likes have become mistaken with like popularity has become mistaken with like quality, you know. And I think like a lot of like, it's like, oh, like I post this song and it gets 100 likes, and then I post this song and it gets 1,000 likes.
So that must be
that was a better song, but it's not a better song. Maybe it's just I don't know what it is. I wonder why certain things work too, because like
this food is. I'm starting to hit my like food coma here.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
I wasn't that hungry. Where I was hungry. We have to eat it all, though, because, you know, otherwise...
Then we hate it.
Or we look like, you know, we're starting the whole thing, so we should just chow down real quick.
I know.
Yeah.
The next 20 minutes of this video is just us eating.
This is the slowest that we've ever... I think it's been longer than we think, though. What time is it?
Usually we eat this food in like 10 minutes. I mean, we're in and out.
I mean, it's already 11. Like, they close in 4 minutes.
Because I saw them... Oh, my God.
Yeah. We gotta go. Well,
it's been real.
What do we call this thing?
We should do because I'm the first episode or some shit. We gotta come up with a name for this.
I know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe
dude, you gotta follow me back on Spotify. Is what you gotta do.
Maybe your name makes it corny. I don't know how I don't follow you back on Spotify.
Dude, that's so fake.
To be fair, you don't seem like the type of person who has public playlists. So what's the point of following?
True. I make them all private, you're right.
Yeah, but, so what am I following you for?
But it's like, it's interesting. You have a bunch of public playlists, and I wonder, like, that's cool. I just feel like private playlists, I'm like, it can so easily, I feel like, be like, it's like, maybe this is the problem. Maybe this is the issue. Do you ever feel like you have to, like, kind of like,
and now there's two. We should fight them to the death.
I know.
Yeah.
They're filming their conversation too, and then we just put it up at the same time and see whatever.
The hardest thing, what if we just like dine and dash? How do we wrap? Like, how do you? I don't think it wraps. I think it like. I want it to feel like it goes on for an eternity. You know what I mean? Like the videos never quite end.
I know, and I really do. I can't wait to see kind of like this series and just like.
Yeah, I think this is it's definitely making me realize that structure is an important thing. I like the unfilteredness, but at the same time, the unfilteredness almost makes it filtered. I don't know how to describe that, but I feel like...
We got to do a better job of hiding the camera next time or something?
Not hiding the camera, no, the unfilteredness of... Or not the unfilteredness, but the unregimented, like, say whatever you want to say. I think that there's this thing where too much freedom is actually a cage, you know what I mean? And that I know that can be taken in the wrong way, but here's the thing is that we have the ability to say anything we want right now, but yet that ability is overwhelming us, and it's making us go to like certain topics which I think we handled it pretty well.
Totally.
But I also feel like when we just go out and if the camera wasn't here and we were just at this dinner, like, I'm trying to think. I feel like there would be more moments of silence. Like, I personally love silence. I love, like, if you're going to be in my life, you have to be cool with, like, not talking all the time. You know what I mean? And I value that so much. But in this scenario, I'm trying to, like, fill everything.
Totally.
And that's actually not who I am at all. So I'm going to cut in random moments of silence.
We have to just film, like, 6 minutes of us just being silent so we can we can disperse it throughout the... It's interesting. No, it's like... It's hard when you're, like... This is, like, the first time I've ever done, like, anything like this, too. And it's hard when you're, like, thinking about everything that you're saying, and you're like, my parents are going to see this video, and I wonder if they're going to think that I look like a loser.
I'm just going to throw him under the bus, but, like, there was this kid who would be, like, Colin Blakely, or Blakesley, or whatever his name was, this ginger kid. But, okay, this is definitely getting cut.
No, this cannot get cut. Yeah. This is the...
No, but he would just always, like,
substance.
Look at me like
what are you doing?
I was doing the dumbest thing.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it is insecurity, to be honest. I mean, not anything about... I mean, maybe it's just, like, honestly, his taste. Maybe he's just, like, into not this. But I think... I mean, even, like, when I think about, like, when we hate on other, like, artists or whatever, and, like, even in our own ways, which I never think we're, like, truly, like, oh, fuck this or fuck that. Yeah. But sometimes it's just a little bit, like, how is this so successful? And it appears to be so, like one-dimensional, and I feel like a lot of it is, like almost insecurity and, like, is what I'm doing, like, good? Like, why aren't people liking it the way that, you know, I think it all stems down to, like, a feeling of, like, which is interesting, but we're all insecure.
Well, I feel like
in our own ways.
We should, like, this is cool.
And
I feel like with that last statement right there, we should end this thing.
At 11:02.
At 11:02 o'clock. Yeah, thanks for coming to...
It's good to meet you.
Jimmy Fallon. This is great. This was great.
There's a laugh track goes here.
Yeah. I really want to put a laugh track in.
We should put a laugh track. Yeah. And then we should put, like, a... we should put, like, a gas. We should do, like, a... Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah,
watch the audio just not even be here. But, you know,
I know, it's all going to be, like...
This was fun. Yeah. What's your Venmo? For the people.
Okay. Yeah, requesting for a room party. I'm like, no.
No, I just... So people can pay the guests, but, yeah.
I just got a DM, you in LA, like, statement, like, you in LA. Like, not even a question mark, but just, like...
Terrible spelling. Yeah.
I know. Oh, my God.
We should be like, whoa.
Check. My mom is so funny, dude. She'll, like, you know, like, it's, like, really, it's so cute. Like, she'll, like, order me, like things like the powdered peanut butter, you know?
She orders you some good stuff.
Yeah, really. And, like, I feel like it's so, like, funny. I feel like as a parent, I'm, like, I wonder, like, what kind of things, like, because I think it's so funny how, like you said, like, they're always just, like...
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny. It's like they want to be parents and they want to help, and I feel like the stuff that they, like...
We're lucky, but yes.
Oh, we are so lucky, too. People watching are like...
I feel like we should just walk out.
I know, we should just walk out. I want to be not talking about this stuff my mom's ordering me,
though,
when I walk out.
This is how we're going to end it. Yeah, this is the last thing you get to say. Yeah. I'm just going to leave you here.
It is so beautiful to really think about.
Yeah, you're just going to be the last one standing.
Are we really leaving?
I think so. I think we leave the table. It's a good look. This is going to... The last 2 minutes are going to be completely uncut. So you're going to be the last man standing.
I got to finish my water. It's tradition.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I think the end unfiltered is going to be kind of cool.
Dude, my mom's going to be like, fuck you. Never ordering you peanut butter again. Oh, my God.
I don't want to go back in. I feel like...
No.
Yeah, this is hilarious. That was... Dude. I have honestly no idea how that went. That was a long time. Dude, that was hilarious.
Dude, I'm going to take a picture of Manny, too.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, yeah.